Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be looking at this, the new 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. The Bronco Sport is the newest addition to the Ford's SUV family. Ford currently makes 8 SUVs, including the new Bronco Sport and the Bronco, the tiny EcoSport, the subcompact Escape, this new Bronco Sport, the new bigger Bronco, the compact Ford Edge, the electric Mustang Mach-E, the midsize Explorer, and the full-size Ford Expedition. So why does the Bronco Sport exist? Where does it place itself in this new world of large SUVs and many small subcompact SUVs? What's so special? In this world of boring mid-size SUVs and flowy, oversized and sharp-edged compact SUVs, the new Bronco Sport gives you a sporty and more rugged alternative to buying your boring SUV like a new CR-V or a RAV4. Unlike the new bigger Bronco, which is being sold later this year, you can buy the new Bronco Sport right now here at Ford in the United States. I'm here courtesy of Ford Herb Chambers here in Westboro, Massachusetts, and they have been really kind to let me have a look around this new amazing Bronco Sport. Like many of you guys, I dismissed the new Bronco Sport because of the larger Bronco in the reveal back in May. But after spending some time with this new Bronco Sport, it has proven itself to be a competitor in the already tight market full of small SUVs and overstyled cars. Before we get into the interesting features, let's talk trims. The new Bronco Sport starts at a base model around $27,000. This is the Big Benz version, which starts around $28,000. This is basically the base model with some slight upgrades. The Outer Banks version is the more luxury and comfort-oriented Bronco Sport, while the Badlands version is the more off-road and rugged version. That's a quick overview for the Bronco Sport. Let's get started with the features. This new Bronco Sport is full of small little tricks and features to make your new Bronco Sport a little bit rugged and sportier. A little party trick is, near the tailgate opener, there are 2 buttons. One says glass and one says door. If you press the button that says glass, the little door up here pops up and you can open it up. So you can either put small luggage or you can let the air go through when you're driving in the highway. Meanwhile, if you press door, the entire tailgate opens and you can get your trunk. Getting into the trunk, you can see 2 things. There's this little button that says light, and there's this little bottle opener. If you press the button that has the little light logo on it, you can turn on these little lights on the back of your tailgate. Another little Easter egg is this little Bronco logo between these 2 lights. Before we get in, let's talk about the Bronco Sports doors. I'm opening the doors right now, and this opening is enough for most people. But once you're over 6 feet tall, it's going to be really hard to get inside. Check this out, the doors don't even open farther. This is all it opens. But if you're over 6 feet tall, I don't think you'd have to worry about getting in the back seat. Now, this is a back seat, and the front seat is pushed to a decent length. So someone over about 5'7" or 5'8" can probably fit in there. And I'm about 5'7", and I can fit there. But that seat's pushed a bit forward for about someone maybe 5'9" or 6 feet. And, as you see, the legroom is none. Anyways, after getting in, you can notice 2 things. One, the seats are really comfy. And they did this cool thing of putting the cloth on the back and the bottom. There are also 2 chargers, a USB-A and a USB-C. Before we get in, I want to talk about 2 things. One, there's this cool little keypad. Now, if you rest your finger over it, you can see there's a little keypad right here on your new Bronco Sport. Now, this basically sets you a pin for your car. So suppose you're going swimming or you're going to a hike and you don't want to take your keys. Never mind. You can just lock your car and you can type in your little key pin here and you can open up your Bronco. Another thing you can notice is the new Bronco Sport has little badges for every trim it gets. For example, this is the Big Ben trim and you can see this cool little mountain graphic right there. If you got the Outer Banks or the Badlands trim, you would be getting a little sticker on your front door showing you which trim it is. Now, getting in the front seats, you can see some cool things. You have an electronic parking brake, like a switch. I like that. You also get an electronic dial instead of a normal shifter. You also get the goat modes. This is the Big Benz version, so it only gets 5 goat modes, while the Badlands version and the normal Bronco gets 7. So, since this is the showroom version, there are no actual labels around here, but this gets normal, eco, sport, slippery, and sand modes, while the Badlands and the normal Bronco get mud and ruts mode too. Pretty cool. You also get 3 cup holders, and this really weird middle one. What is that for? You also get a USB-A, a USB-C, and a cigarette port charger here, under the panel, here in the new Bronco Sport. There's also a wireless charging mat, so you can charge your wireless chargeable phone. Those like premium, these vents feel heavy and they feel nice to hold. Ford wants to make this really clear that this is not a Ford, but it's a Bronco Sport. I'll show you why. The front says Bronco, not Ford. Not a Ford badge anywhere. The doorbell says Bronco, not Ford. The back says Bronco Sport. And this Ford badge is probably the only Ford badge in the entire car. So that's it, folks. The 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. This world of boring cars and crossovers. This is definitely a more exciting and sporty and rugged car for people who want a bit more out of their boring daily drivers. So thank you, Ford Herd Chambers, for lending me this amazing new Bronco Sport and letting me review it. Thank you.